Hey y'all, it's Andrea over at Sewspire.com, and today I am here to show you how to sew a very sweet tiny tote. This is designed for just really quick trips into the grocery store or post office, or for those of you who like to travel very light. It is a shoulder bag and it just sits right there on the shoulder, snug under the arm. I really like this bag because it has a recessed zipper closure in there. And this design actually was an original design of one of the students who took my AMC course. Her name is Angel, and I was chatting with her this week on the patron live stream that we had, and she had sewn something similar for her mother, and she said, you know, that she couldn't find a way to do the recessed zipper without the birthing method, we've dubbed it, where you have to sew the lining and the exterior together inside out and then birth it, if you will, through the little opening, rather than my drop-in lining method. And so I was explaining to her that there actually is a really simple way to include the recessed zipper closure with the side seam and fat corner, and that I would create this tutorial and show her how to do it. Now, this one here is crafted from just two solid cuts of material, but look how this bag is transformed when you create a patchwork panel. And then, as a little extra added detail, I strung some beads there and attached those to the side, and then I created a little bead zipper pull. So the possibilities for this simple design are really endless, because every patchwork panel can really take this to the next level. So have fun with it, and please share photos of your little bags on the group Facebook page. I will include a link to that down in the notes, as well as a link to the Sewspire patron page in case you would like to become a patron. It's $5 a month, and then that entitles you to a stack of free PDF tutorials, as well as all of my future PDF tutorials for free. And I am currently working on a new one for a Padfolio organizer that also holds the MacBook and has a clear vinyl pocket and a zipper pocket, and I hope to have that ready within a week, so you would receive that for free as well, and in addition to the link to participate in these monthly live chats. So it really is a tremendous value, but on the same hand there, your $5 goes towards the costs associated with producing these tutorials, buying the supplies, paying for the mailing list and the website. And of course, we just got our new equipment, but that will also help fund future equipment needs. So it really does support the channel as a whole. And right now I think we have 47 patrons, so I just want to offer my sincere gratitude to those 47 beautiful patrons. I hope that you are receiving way more value than your $5, but we as a whole are benefiting from your contribution, and thank you as a whole community. So shall we get started? Okay, so we're going to begin by creating our zipper casing, and that is done with two pieces of fabric that are 9 inches wide by 5 inches tall. And you're going to fold both of those in half and then stitch up those side seams. and then turn those right side out, and you're going to press those at the iron and then turn that top edge inward 1/4 inch and press that to create a nice finished top edge there. You can see I folded that top edge inward and press that. Then using a 7-inch non-separating zipper, just make sure that that functions before you begin to attach it. You're going to use the nice clean folded edge and just position that right on top of your zipper and then stitch that in place. You can use a zipper foot or just move over your needle position to the right. To have one side attached, I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and put that finished edge against that zipper. Okay, and then from the underside, you can see is the zipper tape, and then on the top, it's nice and finished. Then you're going to bring over your interior body panels, which are 12 inches tall by 9 inches wide, and fold over that top edge 2 1/4 inches and press on both pieces, and that is going to be where you will position that folded inward edge of your zipper casing, and just center that on the fabric and then stitch right across there to attach that to one side of the interior. Then you're going to pick that up so that that fabric falls forward and you're just holding the remaining zipper casing. Bring over your second panel and position that zipper casing only along that 2 1/4 inch line and stitch that in place. And then you can see how now the zipper is attached to the top of that. And this is what it would look like on the underside. And so now you want to take that top edge and align everything, and your zipper is going to fold down inside like that. So the zipper casing is now down here towards the bottom, and if you peek in there, those top edges should be aligned of your zipper casing, and then hold that in place and your fabric should align at the top. But it is more important that your zipper casings align, so just peek in there one more time and put a pin in that to hold it, and then feel to make sure everything is tucked in there. Now you have at least 1/4 inch, probably closer to 3/8 of an inch seam allowance here that you can clear. You are going to stitch the zipper casing, but you do not want to stitch the zipper pull. So scoot that back a little, and then go ahead using 3/8 or less of a seam allowance, stitch down the side, across the base, and up the side. Now I have closed that up, and when I reach inside of there, I can open up the zipper, and the interior is nicely encased. I want to take that top edge and fold that over 1/2 inch, and then unzip the zipper and reach inside and give this bag a little bit of depth, just about 2 inches. I'm going to do that by lining the side seam with the base seam and then measuring across 2 inches. You can press that with your nail or mark it, and you're going to want to stitch straight across there to create a 2-inch corner and give the bag its depth. And you'll repeat that process on the other side, lining up the side seam and the base seam and then marking 2 inches. And then go ahead and trim to the right of your stitch line and remove those corners. And now the interior is complete. Super cute. Gonna set that aside and start working on the exterior, which will require quilt batting, and those pieces are also 9 by 12. You're just going to put those right sides facing, and then using the same seam allowance, 3/8 of an inch down the sides and across the base. I've made it all the way around. Now I want to trim away the excess from that top open edge, just approximately 2-3 inches down. And this is just so when we turn that over, there isn't too much bulk. But before we turn that right side out and fold that edge, we want to give this the same depth that the interior has and fashion that 2-inch corner. Okay, and once you have your corners, then you can turn that right side out, and you will fold that top edge inward 1/2 inch. And then you're going to fit that interior inside. I begin by lining up those side seams first and then pinning all the way around. Once you're happy with how the interior sits inside of there, go ahead and close up the zipper and make sure everything is working properly there. And then you will take a strip of leather or strapping, whatever you like. I'm going with a 1-inch by 24-inch strip of bubblegum pink leather there, and you'll just put that in between the interior and the exterior layers at the side seam. And this is a really soft leather, so my sewing machine will be able to stitch through that no problem. Then you remove your machine deck and just position this up there. Then you'll want to go ahead and unzip the zipper to do this. And then just slip that right on top of the machine neck there. And I begin at that side seam a little before the strap and just stitch all the way around that. And then for this particular bag, we're going to give it 3 even rows. So we're going to do that top layer, then skip down a 1/2 inch, skip down another 1/2 inch, and create 3 accent rows of stitching. And now this beautiful bag is done. It is just the perfect size for quick trips. It's super light, will sit right on the shoulder, nice and snug. To add a little extra special detail to this, I have this gorgeous necklace that had snap, the chain had snap. So I'm going to get some very thin floss and create just a little accent dangle there for the side out of these beads, and then a beaded zipper pull, and that'll really take this bag to the next level. I hope you enjoyed this project. It was an absolute pleasure to sew with you. I will be back next week with another inspired project. We're going to be making a larger tote bag with a recessed zipper, and I think you're really going to enjoy the construction process. It's a little bit different than anything I've done before, and I expect this will probably become your fall go-to bag. So until then, please know the creative genius in me will be celebrating the creative genius in you. Have a beautiful week, everyone.